Validated. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. France is saying that they cannot just sit down and allow Burkina Faso to say, I have kicked you out, I've cut all ties with you without doing nothing to you. Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They will also respond decisively. They will also give back Burkina Faso what it has given to them. And they are also reviewing the kind of things they want to do to Burkina Faso. And you know, when it comes to these things, we are going to receive sanctions, one from Europe, from France. You know, everybody will join. There's going to be visa ban on people not to enter into their country, especially those of us who love to travel so much, because we are told that Africa is a hell. France will definitely push hard to make sure that this kind of things, Africans don't get a chance to enter there, especially from Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. So the people of Burkina Faso are also of the view that if they have said they are going to review and come back with whatever retaliation, they are waiting. And it's like whatever decision that they are going to take against Burkina Faso, they are prepared because they have analyzed the in and out. And they've also realized that we're not going there. The sanctions, we are already under sanctions. Visa restrictions, we are already receiving that. There are a lot of things that they have imposed on them and they are leaving because we don't only need them to survive. They have survived all these years. When they even did the coup, we had ECOWAS and the world preaching that they cannot survive even for 6 months. But how many years now? The people are saying that even though they told them they wouldn't be able to survive, they have survived. And they already know the weapons they will use against them. So whatever the situation will be, analysts have weighed the ups and downs. And they're saying that whatever decision that Burkina Faso has taken against them is unlawful. It's not just. They don't see the truth in it. But they have taken it in good faith. They regret the decision from Burkina Faso because it's like they never expected Burkina Faso to take that stand against them. But Burkina Faso did it anyway. And it's not only Burkina Faso because we've seen that Mali has also kicked out the French ambassador, giving the man 72 hours to move out of Mali. And as for our all-in-all Assimi Goïta, when he kicks you out, that ends it all. Because he has made it clear that the day you will leave, it means that till thy kingdom come, forever and ever, you can never enter into Mali again. So before they take any decision, they have weighed the implication. They know what they are going to receive and they are prepared for whatever the outcome will be.
France would consider retaliatory measures. After the decision of the authorities Burkinabe to break all diplomatic relations with France. What does it say? One press release from France. One press release from the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then this press release specifies, among other things, I quote the French authorities, take note of the decision, unilateral from the Burkina Faso to break its diplomatic relations with France. France regrets. This decision, hostile and baseless, which illustrates the repeated drift of the Burkinabe authorities, the necessary reciprocal measures, are under review. So do you think Burkina Faso, in Mali, or even Niger, apart from your so-called retaliatory measures, go and examine everything you want. Finish yourself win, we don't care. The fact is done, Burkina Faso has broken off diplomatic relations with France. We are no longer the old-fashioned way. Finally, we don't look colonial anymore. Yuan, of we must consult you. Agree, dear Macron. Dear, I don't know who else. We must consult you to make one decision in one country. Then Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger are border countries. And they don't need permission to break off their diplomatic relationship with you to hear.
And as long as freedom is taken, you should be prepared. China didn't get to the destination it is today by taking the easy way out in life. They suffered a whole lot of things. And today, China is the superpower that even the ones who said when they speak the whole world becomes silent. When they got in the presence of Xi, the Chinese president, we saw that everything of theirs changed. The tone they were using before they got their change, and we saw where power lies. So as Africans, if we want to be taking the easy way out in life, we will never get anywhere, because these things, they will continue to use them against us. So for how long will the African also sit down to always fold his or her arms to the mercy of other people? Why not us take bold and decisive measures in order to save ourselves, in order to get to where we want to be? But we always preach of the freedom of the African. Speech doesn't solve problems. And we are seeing how they are quick in responding, but the African can never be quick in responding to issues that has to do against us. We'll then find means and ways in order to make sure we please them. If we all should come together in unity, I think that the African will get to his or her destination. It's because of the division among us, that is why we are not getting to our own destination. And we continue to be solving the problems, having Agenda 2060, when we will not be there while the people are hungry today. The leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have said that they will not allow anybody to interfere in their internal affairs, because the principle of non-interference must be respected. So if they don't interfere in the affairs of France, why then should France have the upper hand to come into their country, deciding the kind of person that needs to lead them, like the European resolution claiming that the Burkina leader, ever since he came, hasn't been doing anything. There's poverty. Yet the good things that this man is doing, we are showing to the whole world, to the point that African Union, the Commission president, visited and saw all these things. Even the man himself wanted to see the things that we have been proclaiming on social media as to whether these things are true or we are only fabricating their AI. And they had the time to take this man round. He saw the factories. He saw the roles. He saw everything. It's not like what we are doing today in our respective countries, those of us who are living under democracy. What do we see? We are not allowed to have our factories, have our industry. How do we develop our economy when we do not have our factories? We do not have our industries. We cannot add value to our resources. We need to be exporting them in the raw form. The African will never change. The African will never change, and the youth that's supposed to live here in our continent to change the narrative will have to always leave Africa to become cheap labor to other people because of the false narrative created to the African. That Africa is poor, we are living on their mercy, they have to bring us aid. And today we all believe that there's nothing we can do for ourselves, to the point that we are passing that narrative on to our children without knowing. The time has come for us to work together in order to solve the problems of Africa is now. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Europe and in France.